As tensions in Ukraine continue to rise, many are showing their support when it was revealed that Russia has invaded the country. It appears that threats towards Ukraine don't seem to be dying down. Amanda Seales posted a video showing Ukrainian officials dragging Black people off buses as they were trying to flee for safety. Some videos even showed them blocking Black people from getting on the trains. Now D.L. Hughley will repost the video and say, "Anti-Blackness never rests. It rears its ugly head in times of distress and peace. We're constantly fighting a war within other wars." Today we have our comedy hype analysts, Vanessa Fraction, Capone, and Pierre calling in to give their reactions. But first, let's take a look at the video that started this all.
Why? Jak why?
What kind of nonsense?
We don't have arms! We don't have arms! We don't have arms! We don't have arms!
Those videos are definitely tough to watch. Every time I watch them, it doesn't change. My emotion doesn't change. But I want to start with you, Pierre. Are you even surprised with, how Black people in Ukraine are being treated?
No, it's pretty much, across the board, like DL and Amanda said. It's, it's still a hatred of, the darker complected people, brown to Black, gets the evil treatment. It's just, one of my questions is what the hell are Black people doing over in Ukraine? But it's all good. I mean, that's what they want to be. They can be where they want to be. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
Capone, I want to come to you next. Are you surprised, seeing videos like this surface within a war?
No, I'm just surprised that you're surprised. I mean, it's going on forever, and it's going to continue to go on. But there is a solution for it, and I'll let everybody answer before we go into that.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into it. Yeah, I'm definitely not surprised, but it's just disheartening to watch. It's like, man, here we go again. But Vanessa, I want you to chime in. After seeing those videos, what are your thoughts? Are you surprised?
I was a little, I had forgot about it. Sometimes like how D.L. Hughley said, you're in a war within a war. I was just looking at the war and forgot about the racism. So for like 2 seconds, I was like, what the hell? And to answer your question, Pierre, I believe a lot of them the African were students, over there in the Ukraine training to be doctors and such or something I had read or whatever. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like as the good sister Amanda Seales said, racism takes no days off, and it was shocking.
Now, speaking of racism, it seems to be a forever thing. And like you mentioned and Amanda mentioned as well, it's like there's a war going on and we're still talking about racism. Pierre, do you think racism will ever end? Like, will we ever see an end to all of this?
No, I don't, not in my lifetime. I know that much. It may dissipate as we go down. As you see now, more and more people are getting together, and you're seeing Blacks and whites and, even LGBT people partying together, hanging out. You see it on commercials and advertisements. You're seeing it get closer to show that, hey, we all are people, we can get together. So you're seeing that more, and it's dissipating more. Sure, it's rearing its head up in certain places because we have cameras. This has been happening forever. We've been seeing video footage of stuff that we hadn't seen before in all the different places. People just thought pretty much it was only down south that they did that, back in the 60s. But this has been going on for a long time. But I think it's dissipating by a lot of, I'm hopeful it is. I think it is. And I'm not going to sit there and say it ain't going to ever stop, as in we going to keep pushing that narrative. No, it can stop if we push, the positive toward each other and see that we all have greatness in ourselves and just, we look different.
Now, Vanessa, I know you were surprised by this, so I'm curious to get your thoughts. Do you think racism will ever come to an end?
Yes, I think probably in the year 3010 on some sci-fi shit, like when we all kind of have ambiguous genitalia, you know what I'm saying? And like we all like one neutral color, whatever that color is. And, we don't really have no features and we all call the one and we all think of one like mind. And, we all speak together. You know what I'm saying? I think I've seen it on the Rick and Morty. But yeah, I think that's when racism will end. But as long as we have anything that makes us different, it could be a tone of voice, honey. Somebody gonna try to be superior.
Yeah, I think you make a great point. Now, Capone, I see you smiling there, so I want to get your thoughts and hear what you're thinking. Do you think there's an end for racism?
Hell no, it's not an end because it's structured to keep us our mindset the way that we're going. It's pretty simple. We all know the answers. Financially, if we hurt them financially, there becomes change. But unfortunately, the stupidness of all of the things that we do in life is to uplift the people who suppress us. It's just, we don't, Jim Jones was just on there talking about Gucci. He's spending $29,000 in Gucci. And, long as you have that mentality, they're going to keep winning. We don't ever really think like because you have this type of money or because you're doing these type of things, what makes you think they're going to stop? They done threw it in our face several different ways. Several different companies told us they don't want our money. I remember Timberland said, I ain't put my shoes out there for Black people to wear them on the block, but every Black person still buys Timberlands. And the thing is, it's never going to stop as long as we keep allowing, we financing them to treat us that way. And that's just the bottom line. I could sit here all day and talk about, well, I ain't buying this, and somebody else would be, I ain't buying this. And what did Floyd Mayweather say? I don't give a damn what y'all buying. I'm buying all Gucci. So it's going to always be that way because our mentality is made to, make us feel better if we doing something that the oppressor has us doing.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Capone, because I think for me, as I was preparing for this, I'm just going to be completely transparent. There were, a lot of reports of just people, kind of separating the Black people and the Africans, saying like, oh, Black people and Africans are getting this, as if, we're not, one and the same. Like we all get treated the same across the globe. As you can see, it's not just here in the U.S. So I want to start with you, Capone. Why do you think, Black Americans or just, Black people, whatever, we want to classify that as, and Africans haven't united, being that we are treated the same across the globe? At the end of the day, you're looked at as a Black person, regardless of where you go. Why do you think we haven't seen that?
It's designed for us not to unite. If you read the Willie Lynch law, Willie Lynch stated, you no longer have to enslave them, they will enslave themselves. What you have to do, and he gave the rules to them. What you have to do is you turn the young against the old. We see that. You turn the rich against the poor. Make some of them rich, and they will look down on the poor. Then you have the Black woman turn against the Black man. That is the most ultimate thing that keeps family. Remember, when you got on welfare back in the days, only thing was required for you to get assistance was make sure you didn't have a man in your house. They broke up the family. Meanwhile, every other race, they unite family, the father and the wife gets on public assistance and all that. So when you look at it, it's designed. And if you really want me to be honest, they're becoming extinct and they know it. That's why the melanin, they need it. They need it. And I didn't want to get too deep in it, but this is study. This is definitely study. Anything that you touch with Black is Black. Bottom line. And they know that.
Pierre, I'm interested. I want you to chime in on this. Why do you think we haven't seen, Black people, if you will, and Africans unite after all we've seen across the globe of that, at the end of the day, we're all Black and we all get treated the same across the globe?
Okay, and I'm speaking from someone who's been to Africa 4 times, okay? I've been over there 4 different times, and I've cultivated myself with them. I've hung out with them. I've eaten with them. First of all, the images that are put out to Africans of Black Americans are very negative. Killers, hip hoppers, baby mamas, broke motherfuckers. So when I came over there, they said, oh, you from America? You a gangster. I'm like, I'm not a gangster. They just mentality thought that, I was a gangster because I was from America. So their images of Americans are not really highly. They over there are more into studying, family, being together. They don't get rid of their grandmother like we would do, put her in a home. They don't play that over there. Your grandmother gonna stay with you to the ride to the end of the door. Older people are sacred over there. We don't put the same sacred amongst us, Black Americans, with older people. So when they see those images of us that we're putting out there, and we help with it, we help with the videos, we do the stuff. So, it's being recorded, the stuff that we do, that they feel like they're not really Black like us. Trust me. Now, I know some people here in the comments going to say, you don't know who you're talking about. Trust me. Many Africans only come over here for studying purposes or making money off our economy because we make a lot of money. We're not as they are, maybe not as wealthy in a certain way. It may have more business-wise, but they come over here and get money quickly. And that's what we kind of we have the American dream of come over here and become who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And they come out there with a new identity, come over here, go to school and open up businesses and so forth. You ever notice that they support each other? They may open up a store in a black neighborhood, but they don't live in a black neighborhood. Think about that. They have little Africa somewhere. We don't do that amongst ourselves. So when they see that, they don't want to get down with us like that. And I'm just being honest with you. That's what they see, the images we see. And they feel like, you know what? You guys are black Americans. We're African Americans. And they keep the divide also. And we need to squash that. Because at the end of the day, like you guys said, when you see the black color from a distance, a white person see it, hey, you's a nigga, as far as they're concerned. Until you open your mouth, they can say what you are. And then they can still maybe consider you a nigga.
That's now, Vanessa, I want to get your thoughts and let you chime in as well. You know, why do you think we haven't seen, you know, black people, whether you're Americans or wherever from, and Africans, you know, unite, being that we're treated the same across the globe?
Yeah, it's sad. Like Pierre said, nobody's checking for your accent. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, discrimination is popping off. So I feel that. And I feel like the answer is a culmination of what both Capone and Pierre said, that our behaviors are the fruit of and look indicative of what the Willie Lynch theory was putting out there. You know what I mean? And that was used in slavery, you know, all those things. And so because of our behaviors, those things are then sent over, you know, across all around the world. You know what I mean? And people have this depiction or this thought of what Black Americans are like. And that's why we do a lot of, even right now, of trying to change that picture, trying to show fathers with their children, trying to show this unity, trying to show beautiful, smart, intelligent people of color and things like that, so that we can kind of change all of that. But right now, that's all they've been fed. You know what I mean? Like the music videos go on and on until the break of dawn. You know what I mean? And everybody ain't doing no Queen Latifah, UNITY and all that old shit. So the Africans will, I would believe, think that, hey, I'm not that. You know, it's the same as when Chris Rock had that thing. He said, look, it's different between Black folks and niggas. And y'all be doing some straight up nigga shit that I don't want to be associated with. And so it's like, you shouldn't be treating me like you treat the niggers. You know what I'm saying? You should be treating me, you know, with more respect and stuff like that, because I am from the motherland and I did study and you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily have all the answers, but from just listening and experiencing life, I feel like it is, you know, as we all have been saying, it's more about what we didn't grow up together. So it's more about what you think than maybe what you know, because we have more alike than you think. They will lynch us all. So. And the powers that be are what send stuff over there. They could have sent nicer stuff, nicer images up across the world. So the powers that be, that's whoever runs Hollywood, whoever runs the media, decided to say, no, we're going to show the negative images of Black people all over the world. So. And I really have to agree with Pierre, because I've been over in Africa myself, and it's right. You get judged right away. But the thing is that the key word is how they presenting us, and it's almost so sad, because I heard a white man give a lecture, and he said it's amazing how we don't see what they're doing. We see it, but we still don't say anything. Like, you got these gangster raps when they talk about shooting each other. I just shot what's the name, and you know, if a white person did it, it wouldn't sell. Right. So they're utilizing us to sell and do all kinds of things, you know, talk about hoes popping. You never see a positive video in the music video of, like, you know, Vanessa said, of how Queen Latifah look at us as Black queens and nothing. You got these girls that will do anything, get a bathing suit just to pop their ass in water, get a check, and it's going to keep going because they're funding it. They're funding it to make sure that this is the image that stays there. Absolutely. And you know, I think you all make great points, and I do hope, you know, that we do take this opportunity to unite together, because like you all said, and you know, like I believe as well, at the end of the day, nobody's checking for your accent. I think Vanessa said that perfect. You know, when I see you, I see what I see, and we know what racism is. So I appreciate you all for chiming in. Before we head out, I will have our production team put up some resolutions. So just some people, if you know somebody that's out in Ukraine that's stuck because, you know, they're African or what have you, there are some resources that we will flash on the screen that I want to make sure that we present as well. So you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts about the Black people that are being treated differently in the midst of the war in Ukraine? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. Put it in those comments. We're reading them. We'll have the same topic when the next country gets invaded. Did you enjoy today's show? You can stop by comedyhype.com/shop to pick up your Comedy Hype News show mug today.
And don't forget to always protect Black culture.